My name is Nevin. I'm going to be joining the STEM Corps for my junior year this year. And through the summer, looking at the project that we were given to make a musical instrument, I had many ideas. My first idea was to make a stringed instrument, and this stringed instrument would be like a harp or a violin. But I realized the strings I would use were rubber bands, and to get them to a certain length for the tension to resonate for a sound, it would be too risky, and it also would need a sound cavity to actually have the sound resonate. This is why a guitar has a hole in it, and it's hollow. Same with the violin, same with the cello, same with the viola, same with the bass. They're all made that way so the sound can resonate. And I realized that would be a really long time, and I'd have to get individual things for it. It wouldn't work. So I came up with a new idea. And I was toying around with ideas like wood, making a xylophone essentially. But a better idea struck me. That is the use of tile as a musical instrument. Now, that doesn't really sound like much of a sound, but if you cut 8 pieces of tile with a tile saw to actually have 8 different notes, it sounds quite nice, as you will see later in this presentation. This is a piece of stone tile. As you can hear, this has a very, very bad sound. This was my first choice as tile, because it was the most common that my family had, but it doesn't have the sound that I need to actually make a note. So I ended up scrapping this idea, and ended up going for a better choice of tile, porcelain tile. I can get this done. What you can hear sounds a lot better, much higher as a piece of resonance. Just sounds a lot better. And we will show you how we actually cut the tile to get the correct measurements for each of the notes, C through C. And we ended up using a tuner, this one right here, to tune the notes. Thank you, Father. Don't know if this will resonate. This is an A sharp. Not a note that we need. But this was our method of tuning a note like this, letting the sound resonate, go through the microphone into the tuner, so we could end up getting a note. Alright, so this note started off as an A. Now, the way we actually got these tiles down to the size and tone that we needed for our 8 notes, my father and I, my father run the tile saw because I was way too scared to do that for my own personal safety, and I'm very gracious that my father was able to do it for me, cut the tile into different sizes. So if we were to cut off a piece of tile like right here, it would probably turn into a B note or a C. I'm not exactly certain how it'll turn out because we'd have to cut it and figure it out with a tuner. We wouldn't know automatically because that's the point of science. We'd have to end up tuning it.
So we are taking A sharp, which is the piece of tile that you just saw, and we're now going to tune it to be higher, so it's going to become a B from cutting it with a tile saw. Father, you may begin the tile saw, and you may begin cutting whenever you're ready. As you can see, that just went up. So now it is a C sharp. Okay, it's a B. So as you can see there, I'm not really sure if you could see from the tuner, but it did go up a note, so that went from A sharp to a B, with just this amount of tile cut off. Kind of focus. There you go. That's how much tile it took for it to become a B. From this is when you remove mass from the tile, the higher it will go, and different note it will make. That is how we were able to make a low C to a high C.
So to produce the song Happy Birthday, and this is the sheet music right here, we had to have 8 notes, C through C, which they're all natural, which makes it a C major scale. If we were to put these on our xylophone creation, which you will end up hearing us play, well, me play, Happy Birthday. I'll just start putting them on now. All of these notes weighed a different weight in grams. There wasn't a easy way of finding out how much the difference between each note was, because it didn't end up working out that way mathematically. The difference between the C and D was 6 grams, but some of them weren't that different. Some of them were only a few grams, or some of them were a lot. Difference between D and E from 303 to 289 grams, for example. So the mechanism of our instrument was basically using a fulcrum. We'd have rubber bands tagged here with a lever here, which is the base of the spoon, which would produce the note when this hit the base of the tile. And this acts a lot like a xylophone, except I'm not hitting the tiles with spoons. I'm doing it through a hammer system. So let's skip the sheet music there so I can actually play this. Happy birthday. Voila.